Good evening, friends. Today, the topic which I'm going to discuss is based on grounded theory approaches. The agenda for today's session is first of all, I will explain that what is grounded theory, what is the application of grounded theory in qualitative research design, then what are the different approaches we can use for theory development, and with the help of some examples. And if time permit me, then we will do one exercise in Max Cuda. This is the agenda. Now, before going to start the concept, normally what happens, if you ask senior guys, senior people, most of them have built some theoretical models in their mind. I'm giving you some examples. So I ask HR manager of a company that there may be many criteria of promoting a employee, but can you tell me some uh, unusual examples of the employees which you are not like to promote? So the HR manager told me that whenever we take the meeting in a hall, because usually there are so many employees, department heads, when we organize a meeting, there are some employees who sit in the front row. Assume a hall. So there are some employees who sit in the front row, and there are some employees who sit in the last bench. So boss assumes that the employees who sit in the first row, they are sincere, they want to interact with the management, and the employees who are sitting in the last row, they want to escape. So they are not considered to be sincere employees. So we normally manager ask me, HR manager, give me the list of the employees who always sit in the last bench and remove their name from the promotion list. Actually, this is a theory. So this is a new observation, and we can convert this observation into a theory. So what is the theory? That if you, as an employee, always sit in the last bench, you like less likely to be promoted. So there are some observations. The point is that there are some observations which only come from experienced people. Similarly, I asked one professor that tell me the way to get promoted in the company or in the college. So on what basis you get the promotion? So the senior employee told me, if you want promotion, then stay with the company for a long period of time. And if you want salary increment, then you have to shift to other company, because the senior management, when they want to promote the people, they count the number of years, how many years the employee is working with the same company. So loyalty is more important than performance. So if we talk about promotion, so the theory they have in their mind is that the person who is more loyal is more important than a person who is performing better, because they think that if we promote a promotion person who is performing better, he can go to other company. So loyalty is more important. So this can be a theory. Basically, every senior person have some theory in their mind. Why I'm saying it is a theory? Because they believe that this is applicable on everybody. So basically all of us having some experience, and on the basis of our experience we make some judgment, right? Now the qualitative researcher is taking this data of the experience of the people, to convert the experience into a theory. This approach is known as grounded theory approach. So grounded theory approach is the approach of using the experience of senior people or different peoples to convert into a theory or a theoretical model. This is known as grounded theory approach. The publication potential of this approach is very, very high. If you are able to develop a new theory, the publication potential is very high. And therefore, in foreign countries, in developed countries, the grounded theory is having a lot of value. Uh, but in India, hardly 1% of the researchers are aware about the importance of grounded theory approach. Okay, so this is the introduction of the grounded theory. So I hope you understand that we are going to develop a new theory. Similarly, I'm going to explain a very small story. Uh, 10 years back, I was planning to shift from a job to the business. So I decided to ask one question from the successful entrepreneurs, that what is the most important reason behind the success of a businessman, right? So which is the most important reason? Now, the problem is that if you read the research papers, there are so many reasons they told me. There are so many papers, books which are explaining the different reasons, but I decided to go with qualitative research. So I asked the same question with many successful entrepreneurs. And one reason which is common in every answer is that if you have a passion, nobody can stop you to get success. And if you don't have passion, you cannot be successful. So they say that passion is one of the important factor. If you don't have, cannot be successful. If you have, nobody can stop you. So I got my answer. So the qualitative research actually, the qualitative research mindset, it is a mindset, qualitative research mindset, develop you to get the solution of a problem with the help of experience of senior people. So that's why I have a lot of respect to the grounded theory approach. So grounded theory approach is a qualitative research method used to develop a theory that is grounded in the data, and the data is collected from senior participant rather than starting with a pre-existing theory. So basically this approach was originally developed by the Glaser and the Strauss. The two persons are the pioneer in this area. So the Barney Glaser and the Strauss. So they write a book, The Discovery of Grounded Theory. Now, in grounded theory, the procedure is very simple. we have to collect the data. We have to collect the qualitative data. And this qualitative data normally come from experienced people. If you are in business, then collect the data from businessmen. If you are in academics, collect the data from the professors. Or if you want to write on the student, then collect the data from the student. The After the data collection, there is a series of steps. Like for example, we have to identify the important keywords, identify the important sentences, identify the important phrases. Then we combine all these phrases into the categories. These categories are known as themes. Then we identify the relationship between the themes, and we, on the basis of the relationship between the themes, we propose a model, and then we can go for testing of that model. So grounded theory ends at the stage of proposal of the model. If you are proposing a model, so at that time, grounded theory ends. Now testing will come later on. Now, this grounded theory, so one thing is clear, that we are going to develop new theory. And this is useful when there is no existing theory explaining a social phenomena. You don't have existing theory which can solve the problem, existing problem. And you are going to develop a new model to solve the problem. And basically, you try to understand the why people act or interact in a particular manner. So this approach is known as grounded theory approach. Basically, if you go in detail, then there are different type of approaches we have. So today, I'm going to discuss the different approaches that you can follow in your paper or in your study related to the grounded theory. And the difference between all these approaches are very, very small. So sometimes you can feel that all approaches are similar to each other. It may be possible that if you don't understand the detailed concept, all approaches look like the same, but they are not same. So I'm trying to explain all the approaches. The first approach or the basic approach is known as the classical grounded theory approach, and it was given by the Glaser. So Professor Glaser initially gave this concept. So we call it Glazerian approach. They actually, Professor Glaser and Strauss, in 1967, they conducted one study, but they didn't write a paper, they write actually a book. So in this book, the name of the book is I mentioning the detail of the book is this: Awareness of Dying. The name of the book is Awareness of Dying. So in this experiment, it is not actually experiment, it's study. They went to the hospitals. So the area, substantive area is hospital. And then they conducted interviews and also observe. During the observation, they don't ask anybody, but they observe the behavior of the patient and the nurses. So they observe and take the interviews also with staff and patient. And these are the patients which are going to die. And they know that they are going to die. Now, the question is that how these people feel, how these people behave, knowing that I am going to die or this person is going to die. because patient know that I'm going to die, I'm approaching near to the death, and the staff is also aware about that this patient is going to approaching to the death. So they explain the different detailed behavior of the patient, that how the patient and staff manage, how they manage the knowledge about approaching death. So these are the some unusual conditions that can be explained only with the help of qualitative grounded theory research. So why it is called classic grounded theory? So why this kind of study is known as classic grounded theory? Because we don't have any pre-set hypothesis. You cannot develop the hypothesis in this case. And constant comparative method. So actually, you are comparing the codes. So whatever the observation you have, whatever answer you are getting from the interview, you are analyzing the code, comparing the code, and the theory directly coming from the field. So therefore, this theory is basic theory of the grounded approach. So what is the approach? The approach, there are some key features of this approach. Like for example, the theory in this approach, the theory only developed with the help of data. You don't know anything in the beginning. So there is no prior theoretical assumption. So in this approach, you start without any assumption, without any knowledge. The area is entirely new, and whatever observation you are having is directly coming from the field, from the people, from the associated persons, and even you are not having any literature review at the initial stage. So you don't have any preconceived notion that this is the theory, this is the hypothesis. No, nothing. It's entirely new. So whenever you are conducting the entirely new study where there is no literature review, where the theory purely depends upon the data, that it is strongly inductive, or we can say it is strongly inductive, and the theory is developed by the themes coming from open coding. Open coding means you, whatever data you have, you identify the important keywords and the phrases and the sentences, and on the basis of that, you are developing the theory. So it is a basic Glazerian approach. Glazer, Glazerian, so Glazer approach, you can say. So it is a basic approach when the topic is entirely new and you are doing first time. There is no theory, there is no literature, existing literature. So then simply you can follow this approach. So for you, I'm going to give you some research idea. Like I want to conduct a study that what is the main problem a student face in self-paced courses. Now there are many educational websites, so they are providing you the self-paced courses. Means you enroll them and like Udemy, you read or complete the course on your own, like Coursera. So what kind of problem they are facing? So you can write a paper on that. Similarly, related to the entrepreneurship, you can write a paper on this. How do first-time founders manage the uncertainty in the business? So if you think there are so many research ideas you can generate and do a grounded theory approach research on this. Now the second theory. So I think the first approach is clear. The second approach is actually provided by the partner of the Glazer, that is called Strauss. So initially, you can see the Glazer and Strauss gave this concept in 1967. And after this, Strauss redefined the entire process. So he said that, so Each and everything should be done in a structured coding procedure. So, according to this approach, the grounded theory can be completed in a well-structured approach. So, what is the well-structured approach? Now, I am going to explain. Now, actually, now I'm explaining the structured approach, which obviously we will also do in the Max QDA and other software. The approach, let me explain. First of all, the step number one is known as collect data. Which data? Text data. The second step is that read data. So you have to read the data. Actually, you can imagine in 1967, the softwares were not available. So all the researchers conducted grounded theory approach manually. So at that time, this was the process. So first collect the data, read the data, then highlight. Highlight what? Important keywords. The most important words in the sentences, phrases, sentences. So you have to highlight the important keywords, phrases, sentences in this step. And the process I will try to show you. After that, once you finish with this, then the fourth process is known as categorization. Means the related keywords comes in one category. So like this is the one category and these are the important keywords within it. This is another category. This is the important sentence, important keywords within it. Similarly, this. So these boxes are known as theme. Theme 1, theme 2, theme 3. This process is known as categorization process. And then the next process is known as relationship. Actually, some themes may be independent themes, some themes may be dependent themes, and some theme may be mediating themes. So you can identify the possible relationship between the themes and develop a model like this. So you can develop a model framework. On the basis of the model relationship, you have a proposed model. So this is a 6 step in structured coding process. So whenever you conduct a grounded theory approach, you have to follow these steps. But the only problem is now we are not doing all this procedure manually. We can take the help of software in reading the data, highlighting the keywords, and even categorization. So these 3 steps can be done by AI nowadays. So we are having a system of algorithm based on natural language processing, with the help of which you can bypass these steps. And I will show you that how we can bypass, but not today, in coming session. So basically in this second approach, this was introduced by Strauss and Corbin. It is a systematic and structured coding procedure. And In this procedure, we are using open coding. Open coding means whatever important keyword we found, we just highlight that. Excel coding is a categorization that which this keyword belong to which theme. Selective coding and to find out the categories and subcategories. More methodological, allow researcher to integrate prior knowledge, emphasize in casual condition. Okay. So this is more prescriptive than previous approach. Now I am just showing you that what is the difference between open coding and Excel coding. So these two words we frequently used in the qualitative research, that what is the meaning of open coding and what is the meaning of Excel coding. Open coding is done by manual reading. So, well, first of all, we just open this document and try to find out the most important keywords and phrases and sentences. And after that, we decide that this is the theme one, theme two, theme three, or this is the theme one. Sometimes this is the theme one. This is sub theme one, sub theme two, and sub theme three, sub theme four, sub theme five, and sub theme six. And these are the important keywords which is coming in the sub theme one. So you have to convert the open code into a structural of the themes. So this process is known as the Excel coding. Manually, we do like this, but now because of the AI, we have the softwares which can initially identify the important keywords and automatically they will convert the open coding in the structural coding, which is known as Excel coding. So whenever you see the word Excel coding, it means we are converting the open coding into the categories. And after the categories, once you make the category and subcategory, you have to build like a model, convert all the themes into a model. And it is expected from you. So whenever you are doing any grounded theory approach, it must end in a model. That these are the causal conditions, means independent variables. They lead to some phenomena. Phenomena lead to the strategy, and strategy lead to consequences. So it is a four-step approach which started from independent. Then independent variable lead to the phenomena, phenomena lead to the strategy, and strategy lead to the consequences. So it is an entire complete model which explain a phenomena. So in this session, I will give you many examples. So don't worry, we will talk about all this. Now the third approach I'm going to explain. So we have discussed two approaches. One is purely inductive and second is structural. The third approach is dimensional. This approach is also very, very common because all the theories are coming from this approach, like technology adoption model, or theory of planned behavior. So most of the theories are coming from this approach. In this approach, we try to make the dimensions. Basically, themes are the dimensions. Like, for example, uh, authenticity, expertise, right? Transparency, engagement, visibility. These are the themes. This example is actually related to one example, that how the customers are influenced by social media influencer post. So assuming this example, that some social media influencer have a post, put some post on the social media, how that influences the customer. So customers are influenced by 5 ways from 5 dimensions, like whether they feel authentic, whether they feel expertise in the social media influencer, transparency, engagement, and visibility. So these are the dimension. So it is a consumer evaluation of influencer trust. Now, then, how we can say the expertise is measured? Expertise is measured by product knowledge, how much knowledge the influencer have about the product, experience, and the it is a niche product or not. So this is just example. So if you convert the themes and the keyword into the dimensions, and then these dimensions can be converted into this diagram, like expertise can range from vague knowledge to the demonstrated mastery. So you can also say that these dimensions can be measured from this to this. And these are the important keywords measuring the dimension. So this concept is known as dimensional analysis. This is after this grounded theory approach, you have the dimensions measuring some phenomena and which can be converted into a model. Like for example, you can say these dimensions can have an impact on customers' attitude or customer purchase intention. So you can develop a model with the help of these dimensions, or you can develop also a scale. Similarly, these dimensions can be converted into the development of a scale. A scale means questionnaire. You can also develop a questionnaire from this approach. So dimensional analysis can be used to develop a scale, to develop a model with the help of some dimensions. So I hope you are having clarity on this. Now the another technique, another approach is called situational analysis. Now, what is the situation? Now, in the previous approach, the problem is that we are focusing on the consumer behavior. So, the main target of this theory is to explain the consumer behavior as a result of SMI post. But in this approach, we are not looking at one factor, one problem. We are we are looking at the multiple multi-dimensional factors. So I'm giving you one example. I have actually a word file also. Hmm. Yeah. Dimensional example I already explained. So I am going to explain with the help of example. So I'm taking one example, consumer trust in influencer marketing. So to some extent, I am also a part of it because we are also making the reels about the product. And some of you have find out me from these information social media. So we are using these dimensions to impress the consumer. So like disclosure clarity, honesty about honesty. So here you are only making the dimension from customer point of view. But in this approach, we are not explaining from customer point of view. We are explaining from multiple aspect. Like for example, if you see this diagram, so these are the diagrams. These diagrams are explaining the different dimensions and the relationship between them. Like for example, marketing agencies, they are doing the branding, and analytics and metrics is also involved in this process. And followers and consumers are, they are also following the influencers. And Instagram algorithm is affecting the influencers, brands, and Instagram algorithm is using analytics and metrics. And there are some rules. So I take this from the Google. I have no detailed information about this diagram, but I'm showing you that each diagram is having multiple aspects. Like for example, what are the different platforms in digital marketing? And we are also considering the consumer behavior. We are also considering the brands, which brands are there in the social media. We are also taking the behavior of influencer. So in situational analysis, the name of the approach is situational analysis. So we have to take care of different aspect. Like for example, in this diagram, we are considering the influencer, follower, brand managers, marketing agencies. We are also study the Instagram algorithm, hashtag, analytical platform, stories, authenticity, this. So this approach is explaining the different aspect of the concept of the problem. Hmm. Like for example, if you want to study the student behavior in online, right? Like you are also listening to me. So when I will explain this concept, I will include the facilitator like me. I will also include the Zoom platform. I will also explain the role of the social, the PPT and all these mediums. So in situation, you have to take care of each possible aspect which can impact the behavior. So that is known as the situational analysis. At the end of the situational analysis, you have to connect all the dots. So you have to connect all the dots, like nurses are affected by patients, and nurses are affected by their emotions, knowledge, right? Like so many. So again, this image I take from the Google. So the point is that in situational analysis, you consider multiple aspect, and after that you connect all the aspect in a diagram. So this is called, and it is a kind of post modern and critical perspectives. So I think this is clear. Okay. So this is situational approach. Now the next is, actually, it may have a feeling that all these approaches are same, but you have to study again and again, because all these differences, all these approaches are different with respect of their approaches. Now the next approach is very simple. It is constant comparative method, iterative coding. So let me explain with the help of example. So I just, before going to next approach, so dimensional means we are identifying the dimension of a aspect. In situational, we take different aspect and find out the relationship between them. Now it is constant comparative method. This is known as iterative coding. So suppose I'm going to conduct a research that why consumers switch smartphone brands. So this is the problem. This is the problem. First of all, you have to explain the problem. After that, collect the raw data from the customers, from the experts. And suppose you identify these important sentences, right? You have to identify the important keywords in sentences. Like somebody say that my phone became slow after the software update. So I am just doing it red and italic means this phrase or this set of keyword is important. So battery barely lasts half a day now. So this is another code. So what I'm doing is known as open coding. Customer care keep transferring my call. Another brand. So all these are the problems actually. Now, in case of open coding, I can give some renaming. Like for example, so I can, this is my raw data and I can convert this as a performance slowdown. Some renaming हम करते हैं. So we do some renaming of the, like this is a long sentence, I can call it performance breakdown, right? So battery barely lasts, it means battery degradation. So these are the problems. Now, what we are doing, so whenever I analyze one interview, I came out with these codes. When I go for another interview, next interview, then I also make the codes. And after that, I merged some codes because they are related to each other, right? Like for example, performance slowdown, I can rename as product performance issues. So some code you can merge, some code you can split, or some code you can retain, or some code you can remove. So this is a continuous process of coding each interview and renaming all these codes. And after getting coding for all the interviews, you just some code you merge, you remove, you add. So that is a constant a process of comparison. So this is not a very different kind of method. Usually we do it, but if you are doing it, means open coding, comparing, merging, then this approach is also known as constant comparing method. And this is not different from the previous one. This could be a part of any other approach. So finally, the last approach is known as the, ये इसका पढ़ना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, जियो 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 method. It is also known as inductive theory building. Inductive theory building. So this approach is entirely depends upon the data. So you collect the data, take the code as it is, and the difference which this method is having from the previous method is that you develop a hierarchy. In this method, you develop a hierarchy. So I'm showing you the hierarchy. Like for example, first of all, these are the basic code. These are the basic code. From the basic code, you develop the second order code. Second order code. And second order code can be named as the aggregate dimension. Aggregate dimension. So basically, you are developing a kind of model, the measurement model, second order measurement model. So when you are developing the higher order measurements model, then this approach is known as the, it is a second order approach. This is called geo approach. So these are the different approaches. In this approach, we are having three levels. First of all, you identify in the basic code. These basic code can be combined to a second order code, and second order, the whole structure can be named as some aggregate. So the aggregate dimension is the combined name of the entire first order and second order codes. So this approach is known as geo approach. And this approach, I don't found any important. So in this session, I explained the most important, the grounded approaches. So if you listen this lecture again, I hope you can find out the crux. But one thing is very important. Okay, actually, this slide should come first. Yeah. So finally, in all the approaches, you must represent two output. This is output number one, which you must have in all the papers. And this kind of model you have to present in your paper. So after following all the approaches, you must at least show these two output in the paper. So this is called grounded theory approach. And now rest of the time, I am giving you some assignments in Max QDA. So every day we will do two or three exercises. So basic exercise I'm showing you. Opening the software and it is opening. So now I'm continuing my trial version. The okay, and again opening previous one, exercise 2. So which we already done yesterday. So we have the different imports. Okay, so these are the videos, PDFs, images, and file. So first of all, put your cursor here and click on this plus. Click on the new document group, and suppose this group is the text data. Text data. Then you can bring all the text data into this. And now you can see the text data is having all the text files. If you click on this, you can see all the text file in this folder. So this is one. Again, put your cursor here. Click on the plus, new document group. Okay, actually my cursor maybe close it first. Put your cursor here, plus new document. And this is, I am renaming as, let's say, images. And so these are the images you just drag and drop. And just close it. So in this way, you can convert your data into the folder. This is one. Second, today I'm showing you how to extract the YouTube data. So go to the import and you can see there is a option YouTube data. Open this. And now we have to find out some YouTube video. So I am going to open a YouTube. And this is one of the best option in MaxQDA. And because Trump is the hot news today, So I click on the Trump news, and so I am going to any video. Let's say this. Now in this video, I have to check how many comments are there. So this video is having 438 comments, you can see. So I want to download these comments. So I just copy this URL, go to the Max CUDA, and click on the YouTube, and it already, I think, take the link. Now I want to import all the 438 comments, import comment, and you have an option that import only top level comment. The top level comments are those comments which have reply to the comment as well as liked by most people. But I'm showing you all the comments, and import transcript. If you want to include time, you can include time in the transcript. Okay, and click on, I'm not linking video, I'm just clicking OK. So this function is very effective function of downloading the YouTube video comments. Video we can import separately, and so you can see that the comments are coming. So this is the YouTube comments. Now, if you want to see these comments, so all these comments you can see here. So these are the different comments. You can see the comments. So this is one of the best option I found, that YouTube comment can be imported in few seconds. Okay, so you have to import the YouTube comment today. Another thing I'm going to show, there is a visual tool in the MaxQuota. Visual tool. If you go to the visual tool, there is an option called the word cloud. You can see the option word cloud. So let's try to understand in detail that what are the options we have in word cloud. So these are the basic options. Click on the word cloud. You can you can extract the complete folder, as well as you can extract the one file. So whatever you like, you can do. Like for example, I am just transferring the entire folder. Sometimes in the folder we have 25 files, 30 files. So better to drag and drop the entire folder. And you click OK. The software will give you the word cloud. And now we have not only this, we have a lot of option. So number one, you can see the start. And number two, you can see the format. So we will see each. So first of all, we are going to the start. Now, first option is the word frequency. So if you click on this, you can see the frequency of different words. And some words are maybe not useful in this diagram. So we can clean them, not a problem. I will show you how to clean them. But this is a raw. After that, case sensitivity. If you click on this, all will be converted into small case, a small letter, right? Again, if you click on, then you can see some of the capital letter. So I am clicking on the case sensitivity, all small. Then text element. In text element, I want to filter. I want to remove all hyperlink. I want to remove email address. I want to remove hashtag, numbers, text. So click on all. All these problems will be removed from the word cloud. Then we can lemmatize. So what is lemmatization? I will explain in detail, but you have an option that you can lemmatize the words. You can apply stop word list. Stop word lists are the useless word which we want to remove. And in addition to this, if you want to remove any other word, you just right click. अगर आप किसी word को हटाना चाहते हैं, if you want to remove any word, like for example, else, right click on the add to stop word list, and this word will be removed. So you can remove the words manually also, like this. So we can remove all the words which are I don't like. Select the word, right click like this. So I can clean my word cloud like this. So this is clear. Word frequency. Actually, the minimum letters I need is 3. You can say 4, 5. So all the words you can see here are expected to have the minimum frequency means at least the word repeat 5 times. No, this is not the number of letter. It is how many times the word must appear in the document. So actually in NVivo, this option is given in for number of letters. So I have a confusion. And how many word you want? So sometimes we need 50, 60, 70. If you want to decrease number of words, you can decrease or increase from here. Not a problem. Rearrange the rearrangement can be done. Okay, from here you can copy and paste anywhere and you can export. So all these options try one by one. Again, I'm going to the format. If you want to change the shape, like for example, you want the word cloud in circular form, rectangular form, triangular form. So you can enjoy with word cloud. You want to see the most frequent words. Okay. So these are the different shapes. And suppose you want all the word in a particular letter format. Like suppose I want A. So it will convert into the letter A. It will take time, but yeah. So this is the letter A. Similarly, you can convert the word cloud in any letter A, B, C, D, F. So I hope this is clear. Similarly, alignment. So horizontal. Okay, first of all, I have to remove this A and give a circular shape or this shape. Now I can change the alignment, vertical, vertical, horizontal and vertical, horizontal and vertical, 30-degree, 45-degree. So these options you can try. Similarly, colors, which color you want, this color, you can take these are the set of colors, single color, shade, theme. So you can change the color from here. And from here, you can change the distance between the words. So this is now the words are near to each other. Words are far from each other. And so you can smallest change this, and you can arrange them by number of document, by frequency. So you have the option most frequent, largest word in the random. You if you need largest word in the center, the largest word come in the center, and on the edge, on the random. So, or you can rearrange them. So you can design the word cloud in many ways. So you just try and play with it. So today I gave you two exercise. Number one, how to manage your document in the folder. Number two, how to extract the data from the YouTube. And three, how to design the word cloud from the data. So slowly and slowly we will do some complicated things, but we start with very basic and interesting things. So for today, thank you very much. And now I'm coming for discussion. If you have any query, you can ask.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. And
So
if you
regarding the
raise your hand,
YouTube
I will go by sequence. Pooja raises their hand, so I start with Pooja.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for the insightful session. Sir, can you please explain the constructivist approach by Charmas again? If you
Which
can explain
approach?
it a bit. A constructivist grounded approach by Charmas. There were types of grounded theory approaches, na? There was this one
आई अंडरस्टैंड
constructivist.
लेकिन ये है ना कि जो मैंने छोड़ दिया कहीं वही तो नहीं पूछ रहे आप
Yes, sir. This is that one
नहीं
only.
वो एक्चुअली मेरे को भी समझ नहीं आई थी तो इसलिए मैंने वो छोड़ दी थी
Acha. Okay.
These
Okay. No
constructive
worries, sir.
actually all other approaches are very clear
Okay.
so but this approach is I am not able to understand so I skipped that approach.
ओके सर एंड सर एक चीज और पूछनी थी जो आपने वेरी फर्स्ट अप्रोच बताई थी ग्लेसर एंड स्ट्रोस
ग्लेजर
की
अप्रोच
और
ग्लेजर
जो
अप्रोच इज वेरी
हाँ
शॉर्ट
वो
था एंड
प्योरली
सेकंड
इंडक्टिव बताया आपने राइट
यस यस प्योरली
प्योरली
इंडक्टिव या
इंडक्टिव और फिर जब थीमेटिक एनालिसिस के बारे में जब मैं लास्ट सेशन का देख रही थी वीडियो तो उसमें भी एक इंडक्टिव प्योरली इंडक्टिव अप्रोच थी तो
हाँ
अगर हम ऐसे देखें तो दोनों वन एंड सेम थिंग हुई मतलब वो ग्राउंडेड थ्योरी और थीमेटिक में फर्क क्या हुआ एक थिन लाइन ऑफ डिफरेंस
देखो थीमेटिक एनालिसिस जो है ना थीमेटिक एनालिसिस इज अ सबसेट ऑफ द ग्राउंडेड थ्योरी अप्रोच
अच्छा ओके
actually grounded theory approach can be done in many ways like thematic analysis is a process thematic analysis is a process right so there are many
ओके
approaches like grounded theory approach is a big aspect मतलब ये समझ लो कि ये दिल्ली है और जो thematic analysis है वो एक small place है is a part of that
ओके ओके
thematic
सर
analysis means the way you are developing the themes
ओके
and grounded theory means you are developing the themes and convert it into a theory. So
ओके
thematic analysis is a kind of subset of the grounded theory approach.
So, how do we or what do we claim in our qualitative paper? So, if we have
What?
taken data through the interviews,
Yes.
so
Actually,
it does
what?
depend on our research question.
So first of all, like for example, you are developing a dimensional analysis, you are developing a situational analysis, you are right. So this is a broad aspect of the grounded theory approach. अब ultimately जो theory है ना वो किस format में आएगी है ना mainly तो वही है and
Okay.
which process you are using for developing the themes so that is thematic analysis
Okay, sir.
और ये ना कहीं मिलेंगी भी आपको मतलब thematic analysis is the way you develop the theme and grounded theory is a broad aspect how you're developing the theory so that way you have to understand
Okay, sir. Okay.
Anand.
Hi, sir. This is regarding the YouTube comment sections.
Thank you.
Some
Yeah. Yes, Anand.
yeah, sometimes what happens is we have a habit of writing Hindi in English.
Hmm.
So in that case, the comments would be converted automatically into English and then
No, 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 no. Actually, the problem is that even if we are writing a comment, we are using Hindi word, but writing in English letters, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and it is a very common phenomena. And not only this, if somebody belong to Spain or Europe, they will, in every country, even you can write Urdu in English also, right? Now, in this case, the software is not able to identify whether it is a Hindi word or English word, right? The
Yes,
problem
sir.
occurs, the problem occurs when you apply any algorithm on this. Like, for example, normally if you take the PM Modi lecture, so normally they say भाई और बहनों, है ना? तो जो सॉफ्टवेयर ना वो भी उसको इंग्लिश हिंदी में ही पढ़ेगा.
Okay.
So जय हिंद लेके जैसे है ना जय हिंद, so JAIHIND है जय हिंद. So this software will assume that it is an English word,
Okay.
but we are having the algorithm of lemmatization. In lemmatization, what happens? The software find out this word in the English dictionary, right? And if this is not in the English dictionary, so software leave this word as it is. Otherwise, it will cut down or extend the word. It is a property of the lemmatization. But in this case, the words which are not there in the English dictionary, the software leave as it is. So when you make the suppose you are applying some algorithm, like for example, you are developing the word cloud, or you are developing clustering, or you are developing some method. If these word appears, then you have to declare these word as a stop word most of the time,
Okay.
right? So according to me, if I am going to applying some algorithm on the words, and if I appear some words, so either I can take it forward, or can drop it by declaring them as a stop word.
Okay, sir.
And if you know other than this, you can share.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for answers.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any other query? So please free to ask the queries. Or you can also type in the chat box.
Hi, Professor. Can I ask a question? Sorry, I couldn't mark my hand because I am on the mobile. So, if I want to make an analysis in YouTube videos, for instance, if I want to make an analysis of Trump's geopolitical feedback on it, like I wanted to upload 20 to 25 videos at the same time. So this software has the capacity to analyze the 20 or 25 videos at the same time and can make a certain things on it, like what kind of geopolitical tension is going on, and what's Trump's feedback on it, and what's the different analysts are saying about that. Can I get that information out of 20 to 25 videos in the same time? Is it so? Or either this software
Yeah,
will
Sumaira,
only analyze, yeah.
yeah, actually, some words that you are speaking is clear and some are not clear. But the concept I understand is that you want to do some geopolitical analysis with the help of 25 or 26 YouTube videos, and you are asking
Exactly.
that, yeah, and what kind of analysis we can do on that, right? I think this is your query,
Yep, yep.
right? Yeah. So, what kind of analysis we can do? Number one, Whenever we write a qualitative research paper, so some approach we have to follow. Like for example, either it may be a thematic approach or grounded theory or phenomenology, ethnography. So some approach we have to decide. In your context, the grounded theory, I don't think it is applicable because it is not a general phenomena. It is a situational problem. So you can go for some approach like thematic analysis simple. You can identify the themes, and the themes can be converted from into some answer or summary, summarized or a model form. So that can, and sentiment analysis can also be done. Sentiment analysis in these cases are very, very common. That what is the sentiment of the people, and on the basis of sentiment analysis, you can also identify where the sentiments are positive, where the sentiments are negative, and you can also incorporate these analysis in the model. So these are the techniques which you can apply.
Yeah, exactly. This is the same way what I wanted to do. But the problem is that can the software do this on my behalf, or
Yes,
do I need to
yes,
do
yes,
it manually?
yes. No,
Oh,
you can do
perfect.
this with the help of the software very
The
easily.
software, because only
Yeah,
the comments, the software doesn't catch the comments only, it also catches the um, interview feedback. Like if I upload 25 interviews at the same time in a
definitely,
specific folder,
definitely.
yeah, okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Thank you, Professor.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Any other query? So the Max QDA software I will share on 25th. Today is 23. So yesterday, on the first day, I told you that the key will be effective from 25th. So I will share exactly on 25th. Don't worry about that. And the another query that I have in the chat box is summarize the type of grounded theory in brief. So that is a very difficult task actually, because it will take time. So I think you saw this video once again, and then we can discuss on this. Okay, any other query if you have, you can please ask.
Sir, when we'll be having our next session on Monday or on 25th? Monday is
25th,
also Republic.
no, okay. So I will tell you that when I can, but 25th, we will meet for some time. It is sure. I will ask you in the chat box that what is the common time that we can sit for 15 to 20 minutes so that I can activate all the keys to you, to your softwares. So that is what very, very important. So I will share the message in the group, and we will discuss there.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so I think there is no other query. So in this case, we will meet in the next session. And video I will share today within an hour. So thank you very much for attending.
Thank you, sir.